Shalom, shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. Okay. May peace and blessings be upon you and your households. So once again, double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households. Just a couple more prophecies to go. Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30 verse 7, I believe, and the charagma, right? The CHIP, Revelation 13:16, and World War III, Revelation 11:14. Okay, let me just see if I quoted that correct. I want to say it incorrectly. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, KJV. Yep, yep, that's the one. Yeah, it was Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Okay, so lucky for that. Just got to be sure. So we're still learning. We're still learning. All right. I mean, it's a funny one. Just 24 hours ago, 20 to 40 hours ago, just watching a show, because we all have a little downtime where we watch a show. I was watching The Wire, old show. I was watching season 5. I think it was episode 3 or 4, where Michael goes to Six Flags and with Dookie and his little brother Bug, right? And yeah, and it was Six Flags. So Six Flags, it was, I just thought it was funny. That's all. And then lo and behold, within 24 hours, we find out, one of the prophets made a video that Six Flags is being shut down. Then I checked it out, and it is being shut down. Now, I went to North America probably about just under 30 years ago. Yeah, back in '98, went to Canada, which is, well, if you can call it North America, very similar, but I think Canada is way better. Toronto, it was Canada's Wonderland. I went, and I thought that was Six Flags as well. I thought it was everywhere, but it wasn't. But apparently, I checked online. There's 26 Six Flags in America, But sometimes Google can't be 100% correct. But nevertheless, that's neither here or there. Everything's gonna be shut down and destroyed anyway. Okay, so I care for digressing. That's gonna be shut down anyway. But nevertheless, Six Flags in Bowie, Maryland, all right, has shut its doors for good, as it says here. Six Flags America in Bowie, Maryland has shut its doors for good. The site opened in 1974 as a wildlife center, right? And how many times have you heard the term Six Flags in movies? Many. I've heard it in many movies coming up. Movies in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Let's go Six Flags, Six Flags, Six Flags. It was like a big deal to go there. People would book flights to go there because it's like a very, a theme park with pretty much anything and everything there, especially about 25, 30 years ago. It really catered to your needs, especially for children's, families, food, drink, and all that kind of thing, hotels, right? Now that's shut down for good. And this is an omen of America being shut down for good. Because what's the mirth? The mirth is being shut down, right? Okay. And also, there's another news segment that I brought out. I made a video on this a while back, all right? The American Dream, all right? Dusty Rhodes. The wrestler known as the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Virgil Runnels Jr., died in 2015. Obviously, that was 10 years ago. But the fact of the matter is, the American Dream never existed. Just like the wrestler doesn't exist now, right? The American Dream was bullshit. The American Dream is dead, okay? Along with other things, that represent America. All right, everything's dying for good. Okay, we're seeing the demise of this world, man, in real time. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can find. Let's go to NBC Chicago, NBC 5 Chicago. Let's see if they got a new segment I can play. Here we go with the bullshit early morning nonsense. I've got to give my email address now. Well, that ain't I don't do that shit. Who the hell? I want to see some news. 1 second. All right, let's just go here. I'm gonna mind. They always show Jake in it.
It may just be an amusement park, but for so many, it was the one in their backyard.
I'm gonna miss it because it's close by. It's easy to get to. It's convenient.
The next closest one?
Go to New Jersey.
Oh gosh. I guess we're going to New Jersey.
Well, apparently there's other Six Flags then as well. So I was right. There's about 26 of them scattered across America. The young lad there said, if this one shuts, and his mother started laughing, he would go to New Jersey. So they're all going to shut down one by one anyway. And, the hopeful elect, because Israelites are a very lively people, very lively nation, and we're trendsetters and innovators and inventors, and we spend a lot of money. We are keeping this world in a certain vibration. Okay, very mirthy, very lively, very colorful, so to speak. Now, the hopeful elect have fallen out of this bullshit. We are, I turn my nose up at birthdays and Christmas and Halloween and all shit. And Brakti, Hawaba Hashem Yashai, on the 31st of October, I didn't see no one motherfucker trying to do trick or treating on my road. I didn't see no pumpkin lights up, nothing. It was completely dead. Okay, so the hopeful elect have done a reverse on this world. Hence the reason why this world is falling apart. Okay, because all that energy and vibration the elect have, or the hopeful elect have, is going to be going into the kingdom, the real kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. This lesson, the elder from GMOS Orlando even said that as well. Because that's where I picked this up from last night. Yeah, it makes sense. The hopeful elect have been pulled out. Hence the reason why the world is falling apart. And ultimately, it's Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai destroying it piece by piece. All right, the mirth of the land is gone. It's you Jakes that keep the mirth alive. So the Lord is keeping you Jakes away. Listen, man, if Israelites didn't ever exist in America, right? America would be like Poland. A fucking shithole. Dead. Have you met a real Polish? A real Polak? Man, they're boring and weird as hell as Edomites are. All right? Edomites are boring and weird anyway, but Polacks, because American Edomites are somewhat of influenced by Jake, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. So they try and copy Jake, but the crackers in Poland, man, they're some weirdos, man. All right? It would be like that. Okay? If that was the case. Okay? So the mirth of the land is dying, man. Everything's expensive. All the things are shutting down. You're buying clothes, all dressed up, nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a couple of places here and there. Right? But it's not like how it used to be. Shit, I was even thinking about, man, back, I don't want to start digressing. Salakia, let's play it.
Sunday's closure creating big crowds. Look at all these cars and visitors leaving the park one last time. Some stopping by for a photo op, others getting the most out of those season passes. How many rides would you say you went on today?
Oh, all of them except for the ones that were closed.
To be honest with you, this is my first year. I have been here 5 times.
I think they should keep it. It definitely gives a lot of kids jobs, things to do during the summer. Next year, what are they going to do?
I know it's messed up. Everybody's losing their job and stuff. Nowhere to go.
The county says it generates about $3 million in tax revenue from Six Flags, but believes it can do better.
Six Flags operates on about 20% of the entire site, which means we really have not.
Now, obviously, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm not too because I haven't been to this part of the states because America is such a huge landmass. I'm assuming because I've heard of Washington D.C. Is it Washington? No, Baltimore, Maryland. Is it? Yeah, Maryland and all that, and Baltimore being very Jakeified, I would say. As they say, chocolate city or chocolate world, right? So I'm assuming this is going to affect a lot of Jake that probably work at the theme parks as well. You know, all the Jake areas, the SNAP EBT being affected, the stores shutting down because if they don't, because a lot of 60 to 50 to 60% of the income is from SNAP and EBT. That as well, lack of jobs, and now this happening as well is going to take the feel good factor away, as also affecting people's pockets. More, no more disposable income.
Not seeing the full potential, the full economic potential of that site. So we're working with the ownership of Six Flags now as they vet those who have bid on that project. The county has a real interest in seeing quality development that really should be able to generate tens of millions.
It would be great if there's new investment in something like this for communities, entertainment for our kids, jobs. Many people in this area, including kids that we know, worked here. This is a great opportunity.
Now, during this new segment, 1 minute 36 seconds, how many Edomites did they interview? They interviewed one who, I mean, he could, well, looked to be an Edomite. I couldn't tell. The pale guy. I'm not where is he? The guy with the mustache. There's a so-called black woman there, so-called black family there. Right, so they basically just interviewed. Where is he, man? Well, basically, right, they interviewed only one person that looked like to be an Edomite, right? How many rides you go on? He goes, I went to all the rides except the ones that were closed. Okay, so they basically spoke to all Israelites. All right, that's saying something. And Jake wants to, man, Jake wants to stay in America. More jobs, more entertainment for kids. Yeah. Let's see if we can find something else. Yeah, the rest are vlogs. I don't want to see that. Why Six Flags closing? Six Flags is closing permanently after the 2025 season because it no longer aligns with the company's long-term growth plans. It is underperforming and sits on valuable land that is being sold for redevelopment. What do you think that land's going to be used for? It's a very Jake area. I mean, everyone they pretty much interviewed there was so-called black, right? What do you think they can use that land for? Okay, there are two ideas pop in my mind. Either there's oil there, which I don't know, or something there, right? Or something, I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. That's just me, trying to work out things in my mind. It could be that, but more than likely it's going to be a place, they're saying being sold for redevelopment. They're more than likely going to make detention centers there, concentration camps. All right, because they're going to need these little areas and Walmarts and these theme park areas which are huge to make. They're going to put up buildings overnight. To what? House homeless, house people that don't want to take the charagma, the CHIP, people that are bucking up against the powers that be. Because they can't. Because America's a huge landmass, so they're going to shut a lot of these areas with a whole bunch of space so they can do their so-called redevelopment, and I'm saying redevelopment with speech marks, right, on each side with 3 exclamation marks. Okay, so we know what their redevelopment is going to be, right? Or maybe one of them 15-minute city type things, same way they burnt down Los Angeles, right, or Hollywood and all that bullshit. This is their redevelopment. All right. So you got to look in between the lines. They're going to say, oh, it's not making money, it's not aligning with the company's plans, blah, blah, blah. But the key word they used here, the land is being sold for redevelopment. Okay? Redevelopment. All right? Especially now. Okay, it shuts down recently now in this month, I believe. We're approaching 2026. No EBT, no SNAP. Companies shutting down left, right, and center. Everything's through the roof in terms of pricing in Vegas. Vegas is dead. Sin City is dead. So that's an omen there itself. Vegas being dead. Vegas is Sin City. America is Sin City collectively as a whole. Okay, there's a sign there. A beautiful omen. It keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? This fucking place is gone, man. The UK is the same. All right? Finishing. Stores shutting one by one, man. The mirth is gone. Let's go to that scripture. The mirth of the land is gone. King James Version. Isaiah 24:11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay, you saw the joy getting darkened there. Obviously, they're saying they want the place open. They want more jobs. They want something for the kids. That's what Jake was saying. The mirth. What's more mirth? Mirth is excessive joy and happiness. All right, paraphrasing what I. Let's get the definition of mirth. Definition of mirth: M-A-R-T-H. Oh my gosh. Definition of mirth: amusement, especially expressed in laughter. That's mirth. Gladness or gaiety as shown by or accompanied with laughter. All right. What does it say here? Mirth, amusement. And what's being shut down? An amusement park. Okay. Isaiah 24:11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth or the amusement or happiness of the land is gone. There ain't no happiness in America no more, man. Me growing up in the UK, I wanted to go to America. I wanted to move to California as soon as I saw Baywatch. As soon as I saw Pamela Anderson running across the sand, looking, the way she did in the bathing suit, Yasmin Bleeth. You know what? You men know who I'm talking about. Those fine-looking women. I said, shit, I gotta go there. But that place is gone, and Pamela Anderson is a whole old hag now. All right, so forget that. Let's go to some scriptures. Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. The Lord planted it. What did Esau say? Esau says Esau came and built the desolate places, right? He came and built it. He had his kingdom. He was lording it about. He was believing in all the lies that he was spewing, that he was the Most High. He was Yahushua. He was the kings of the earth. He was the prophets. He was the knights. He was the knights. He was the musketeers. He was Robin Hood. He was Bass Reeves. He was the Lone Ranger, right? He was the inventors. He's the real McCoy, right? He invented everything, right? Soon they're going to start saying they were fucking, they created all music genres. When Jake created all of it, right? They believe their lies, right? Now we know the skirt's being lifted. All they said was bullshit. Even their own people know what the truth is. Satan casting out Satan. Esau's cutting down Esau, right? This place is finished, man. That it's like the end. The Wizard of Oz movie. That little Amalekite at the end, right? He was controlling everything. He was the so-called powers that be. The curtain was lifted, like the skirt being lifted now, right? It was just a little wheezy old cracker, and that's what this devil is, So the Lord now, Esau the Lord planted Esau's kingdom for a short while, short duration, but now it's being plucked up, And our elders have done research as well, where kingdoms, these heathen kingdoms, only last around about 250 odd years, more or less around that sort of ballpark number, 250, and 1776 to 2026 is what, 250, right? So Esau's going to make some moves, man. Revelation 12 verse 12, the devil hath but a short time. Esau's going to get down and dirty. You can't see that everything is shutting down. Jobs, amusement, laughter, right? Places to go, places to visit, people's mindset, people's happiness is all gone, right? Everything's expensive. No EBT, no SNAP. All right. There's a cycle. One thing affects another, doesn't it? Okay. So if people don't have the money to spend, all right, they're not going to be spent in these stores, and the stores can't restock those shelves. Okay. And then on top of that, trucks are not even delivering to these stores. So look at that. All that is coming together, isn't it? Which means it's a recipe for what? All right. Disaster for everybody else, but for us, hope for elect, it gets better and better because we know Yahweh Shai is around the corner. And there's only a couple more prophecies to go, about 3, I believe. Lord willing, I'm saying that correctly. Okay? Which is the Charagma, Jacob's Trouble, and World War III. Right? Okay. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. All right? We're in this heathenistic world, man. So in this world, we don't want to, rewind time or live this, just because some Jakes are living lovely or you have a couple of okay days or a couple of nice days, whatever, in this hell, right? Supposedly, you don't want to stay here, do you? Oh man, I want to go back to 96, man. I was young, man. I had a fine girl, I had a good job. I had a nice car. I had 215s in the back. I had a rotation of women. Man, clothes are better then. I want to go back there. No. Why do you want to go back there for? We're in a heathenistic world. Okay, so the demise of this world is a good thing. The end of this world is a good thing because our world that's coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, the kingdom of heaven, is forever. Okay? Is forever. Okay? That kingdom is going to be the beginning, and the beginning every day, man. You understand? And that's never going to end. That kingdom is forever. But these heathenistic kingdoms, like in the book of Daniel, with that statue, the golden head, and now we're at the concrete feet. All right, we want these kingdoms to end, and now we're at the end of this motherfucker, man. Salakia for my language, but I hate this world, man. I hate Esau, I hate these heathens, and I hate you 2/3 ninjas, man. No matter what package you come in. All right, you MFers are keeping this place going, and Barakati Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, the Lord is destroying your places of places to go to try and drown your sorrows instead of praying to the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. All right? So this is beautiful, man. This place is ending. All right? Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Lord declared the end from the beginning. We've already won the battle. We've already got our results. We got A+++, or however you want to say it. We got 100 out of 100. I'm talking Israelites collectively, the elect, whoever they are, right? They've got it. They've passed, right? They've got that pass mark, all right? We're already in the kingdom, all right, in another dimension. We are just in this dimension, just doing what, just going through how the Lord is controlling us. Like the Godfather image, like the movie The Godfather, you got that puppet. We're the puppets. The Lord is just controlling us, controlling this clay, controlling this flesh, doing what we've got to do daily until we get into the kingdom. Okay? There's no like, what if Esau wins? What if the heathen win? No, we've already won the battle. The Lord declared the end from the beginning, man. We just have to go through, I hate to say the term, we just have to go through the motions, man. We just have to go through the trials and tribulations and jumping the hurdles daily until we get into the kingdom, which is soon. So all this news, all these things happening, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Okay? So says the scriptures in the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. All right? So it's a good thing. So I'm gonna name the video that it gets better and better. All right? Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, and that's a white man in a nutshell. You can add a little bit more filth to that in terms of how he got his riches, right? Okay, and other heathens too, but the so-called white man's MO, modus operandi. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. It is being translated. The elect have been pulled out of this heathenistic world. We kept it going. Okay, now all this energy that we have, this vibration, positive vibration that we have in spirit, power, Yahweh, Bashem, Yashai, the Lord is aiming the elect, whoever they are. Okay, but the hopeful elect, I'll call myself hopeful elect, right? We're being aimed towards righteousness, all right? Okay, we're meditating upon the kingdom, okay? And the same hopeful elect, Lord willing, part of that number, will add that vibration of what's the word? That vibration of mirthiness in a positive way in the kingdom, if I can say that. Lord willing, I said the right word, mirthiness. I don't know if that's even a word, Add that sort of add that like in righteousness, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, all that energy that we have, because we're a lively nation, we're a lively people, is going to be in the kingdom, man. And it is being translated. The so-called white woman don't want to be with the damn devil, The so-called white woman trying to look ethnic as possible. She's dyeing her hair black, getting spray tans done, They're trying to get the attention of certain men, because some Jake men don't want to deal with no white Edomite woman, so they're saying, "Oh, I want to look more ethnic. I want to look like a Latina. I want to look Italian or whatever." The Southern Italian, with darkening their skin and hair, Some of them do that just to get the attention. That's why a lot of these Edomite women move to, especially Polish and Russian women, move to brown areas, man, because they like that. They like that naturally suntan Superman. They're like Jake, innit? Okay, I mean, they even say they prefer men of color, Jake men, compared to the white man. All right, we had their woman on this side anyway, but now we're approaching the end, and the hell's about to break loose. Their women still want Jake. They don't want to deal with no white man. They don't want to deal with Esau. That's an example there. The condition of your women represents a nation, man. And the so-called white woman, the Edomite woman, been a slut, man. Every nation of man is dealing with her. Every nation of man have been watching porn since he's like 12 years old, since he started jerking off. You know what I mean? Right? Your older brother's cousin or whatever. Oh, yeah, watch this tape, yo. There's some fine bitches in it. Fine gal in it. And here you are, you're seeing white women. See what I mean? Esau don't care about that. This is about the elites, man. They care a shit about themselves. They don't even give a shit about you crackers. But we don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, we can see the kingdom being translated from one people to another. All right? We're seeing this happening, man, in real time. All right, so this is a good thing. All right? Fret not, Yahweh Shai is around the corner. We're going home soon. And so this is, I'm going to name the video, the lesson this, or I'm going to name the video on YouTube this. It gets better and better. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahshai, B'Hashem Rakak B'Dash, and Shalom Babakar. Okay, it's the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. It's Guy Fawkes Day, innit, for these Edomites. That's another sign in itself, blowing up the Houses of Parliament. But anyway, all praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahshai, B'Hashem Rakak B'Dash, Mawathabad Babal, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.